What's up, everybody? It's your boy Polymerization. You know what we do, guys. Man, I got an interesting deck profile here I want to show you on the screen. I played this in my last locals, and if you haven't noticed, it's Thunder Dragons, but it's on Chaos, after Tomb Chaos and everything. So it's really good. I'm going to go through every card, my side deck and extra deck, everything I've done here. First off, I'm going to start from the top. This card right here, the Arch Nemesis, that wrong, I'm sorry. This card right here is so good so many ways. You win duels just off this card, and it's searchable because you can search it off of the Melody of Awakening because it's right in the 3,000 attack, 2,500 or less defense. It works perfect. And more or less what this card does, a lot of people don't know, is that you banish 3 monsters with different types. So that'd be like, Beast, Dragon, Thunder, Fairy, stuff like that. And then when he's on the field, you get to target one monster on the field, and then that monster, all those monsters are stored, and neither player can special summon. You can still summon, but you can't special summon monsters of that type until your next turn, which is very impressive. If you're going in second or third, or if you know what your opponent's using, or if you just want to take a gamble and just call a meta shot, like say a Rock or a Zombie because Eldritch, you can just more or less just win the game. Your opponent cannot special summon. Speaking of dragons, we run one Chaos Dragon Levineer. Self-explanatory over there. You banish 3 darks or 4. Going into the Thunder Dragons, we got 1 Thunder Dragon Duo, 2 Roars, 2 Hawks, 3 of the Vanilla Thunder Dragons, and I got 2 of the Darks, and of course 2 Matrix down here. I have a smaller Thunder Dragon package because I'm running more Chaos stuff, so it does help a lot more, I think, and it's more consistent. You don't break as much. Into the other stuff we have, that's the Chaos, the Black Dragon. We have the White, and then we also have the new Chaos Valkyria. I've tried it at 2, I've tried it at 3. I feel like 1's good enough. I mean, you only need to see it once. I mean, it's just an extender more than anything. But then your biggest normal summons and your extenders to start the game is definitely your Lone Wolf, or Aloof Lupine as they're called now. I'm using Dueling Nexus, so that way you know what system I'm using. This is what it's off of, is Dueling Nexus. I got 3 Aloof Lupines, 2 Batteryman Solars. Hand trap wise, I have 3 Ash Blossoms. Of course, down here you can see 3 Infinite Impermanences. I already went over the matrices. I run 3 Allure. Allure's just so good. I mean, you got I think 10 or 11 darks here that you can actually just search through everything. Instant Fusion, I still run Instant Fusion because, going into Kamari Attack, 1000 Restrict, it's just so oppressive. I've had so many times I just go 1000 Restrict, take a monster, go Link Anima, take a monster. It's pretty funny. 2 Melody of Awakened Dragons, really good card. Gold Sark, self-explanatory, it's a 1 for a reason. Send their Foolish Burial, get you the extenders. I am doing 2 Thunder Dragon Fusions. I don't feel like you don't really need to rely on Titan as much. It's good enough. I do run 3 of the Chaos Spaces. This card is such an extender in so many ways. So the idea with it is, more than anything, is you normal summon, say, Aloof Lupine or Batteryman Solar, and you need something getting in the grave just to extend with your banishing monsters. You just discard any of these Thunder Dragons you have, or anything that's level, any light and dark monster. It just doesn't matter because your whole deck's light and dark. And you can add whatever extender you need to add. You could add the Black Clap Serpent, the White Dragon. And the cool thing is, whatever you ban, let's say you added the Black, for instance, and you discarded, I don't know, anything, doesn't matter. You already got use the Black effect, it's in the graveyard, you search to add the White, and the Chaos is in the graveyard. So the cool thing is, if Chaos Space is in the graveyard, and then you have White Dragon or Black Dragon, whichever one is banished, you actually activate this card's effect, banish this card, take your White or Dragon, which one is banished, put it at the bottom of your deck and draw a card, and then whichever other one you had on the field leaves the field, goes to grave, you get to add back whichever one the vice versa you did, if you get what I'm saying here. That way you're always extending and you get back, so you're almost running 2 of these. You can run 2 blacks, 2 whites by doing that, because you actually got a play starter and extender for next play, which is really awesome. But that's everything in the main deck. I think it's 42. I've done really good at my locals. I mean, there's 18 of us, like I said. We went 4-round Swiss. I went undefeated. I beat Zombies, Dinos. I beat Thunder Patrol, and then I also beat Cyber Dragons. I mean, it was really good. It was pretty cool. I mean, I was surprised how good it did. I wasn't confident at first, to be honest, but it did so good after that. Going to extra deck, we run 2 Titan. I don't think you really need a third. If you could run 3, but it just makes extra a little tight for me, I think. If you use your resources smart and don't waste, 2 is all you need, because you can just recycle 1 back, no big deal. 1 Thunder Dragon, twin-headed, that's really, it comes up every once in a while, so it's good to have, especially if you have like a Thunder Dragon in hand, a Thunder Dragon Fusion, it does come in handy. Your instant fusion targets, like I talked about before, Kamari attack and 1000 Hours restrict. I mean, it's just so good. I mean, for instant fusion, even at 1, I still play it. It's still amazing. If you go second, instant fusion going that, it's really good. I do run 1 Gaga Cowboy because of time rules and everything. You actually can do more rank 4 plays in this deck, I do believe, more than anything now, because you have Aloof, you have Battery Man, you have the Black, you have the Chaos Valkyria. I think that makes a big difference more also, is that card itself too. Going to the links, of course, Boarsword, OTK, Crusader Avramax, you know, just do it with IP. It's hard to get around, hard to destroy. Put up negates, pop opponent. Nightmare, because, you know, people's going to use IP, you might as well use Nightmare. That's kind of like a given package anytime you use IP. There's always a Nightmare unicorn there. This card right here, this card is the reason that made that Nemesis card so good, Reproductus. So, what you put Reproductus on the board, and then, granted, you got to make sure you get your graveyard set up to where you can banish 3 different types. But you put a monster under Reproductus, call that type, like Spring Dragons. I knew he had machines. So games 2 and 3 is just given, because he always made me go first. He's going second, so it just made the game so easy for me. So I just put a monster, whether it be a Dark or a Roar, under Reproductus, and made a machine. Okay, so I special summoned this to the field because I banished 3 monsters, got on the board, and then the monster was under Reproductus. I think it was a Dark, where it was all machines on the field with that type, and then also into the end of the next turn, which is my turn, couldn't special machines. That's all he could do. And he couldn't do nothing. He really couldn't. That card is so impressive, so good in so many ways. This one, I think the light one is better than the dark one. So the dark one I think is like a whim. But this one more than anything. But yeah, that's what you do with Reproductus. It's pretty broken, actually. Like, your opponent just locks out and can't play. Like, if I was going against Adamantispators, I would literally just call Rock. My opponent couldn't special summon Rock. It just depends. If you know what their weaknesses is, you could call it, hit your opponent with that. Even if you do into the synchro stuff, you could call machine also there, because for the O-line and Linkross and with all those tokens and stuff, they're always machines. So what you want to do is always call machine when you do that, especially if you're worried about the synchros. So that's a good opinion right there. Of course, the IP, going back into explaining everything, second cross sheet, you know, it just gives extender. I thought about cutting Cross Sheep. I mean, it comes up every once in a while, but it seems like these 2, the Reproductus and the IP, seems better now. I don't know if I'd keep the Cross Sheep, but I ran it. I think I might use it once or twice. I think I just used it just to go into Appaloosa because I didn't know what I was up against. So that's that. Linkuriboh, because you're always going to have like Matrix and then the instant fusion for Restrict. That comes up. Interesting fact, though, if you have the Kuriboh as well, like if you play Dinos, your opponent will always give you a Dino token, and that token's always a 1. So if you got Linkuriboh in the grave, you can just turn that token into a fucking Kuriboh, and then your opponent can't use their effects to protect it and stuff like that. Plus, you can target your dinosaur with that. And of course, the Link Anima. I love this card. I've won games just off that Restrict alone. Didn't have to play nothing else, which is quite funny. Side deck for me, I actually have 1 Raid Reboot. Never got to use it. 2 Evenly Matches. I never got to use them, but, you know, they're there because Eldridge, you know, it's just back row stuff. And plus, you're going to have, like, Altergeist. There's going to be all kinds of things come back. So I'm ready for that. Cosmic Cyclone. Set Explanatory, you know, same thing for Eldridge, Mystic Mind Flayer, stuff like that. Mind Control, it's great if you're going second. You can break boards. DD Crow. DD Crow saw a lot of play. More than anything, I just kept banishing stuff from my opponent's graveyard they couldn't play or extend. Dinko Sekka, same thing for back row. It's searchable. I just need 1. That's all I need. Chaos Hunter. This card I feel like is the OG. This card right here won me so many games, I think. Because as soon as my opponent went first and they tried special summon, I just put this on the board and my opponent couldn't banish. So that hurt dynos hard right there. They couldn't even put a conductor on board with this guy. So that was pretty good. And then Pankratops, because it's Pankratops. Going second, top card. Big body, 26. So, but yeah, that's everything in the deck. Anything I would tweak or add? I don't know if I'd really tweak or add anything. I think it's fine the way it is, but I think it's a good, stable set for people to work off of, and I think it works very well. The biggest thing I'm taking the time to figure out is how to side. Siding's probably the newest thing, because every deck you learn or how you rebuild, you gotta learn how to do siding right. But, I hope everybody enjoys this, I hope it's a good, footnote, something you can go by and make it your own. But it did good for me, guys. But, this is Polymerization, guys. Hit me up, subscribe, comment, and you know what? Share me, guys. Get me out there. Let me get back to everybody. But you know what? Catch you later, guys. Peace.